when I look at this set of numbers, is this geometric? Yeah, that's the first question. Is it geometric?
Yes.
All right, what's the ratio? What am I multiplying by? 1/2? Isn't 3 times 1/2 3/2?
Yeah.
And times another half is 3/4 and so on. So I'm multiplying by 1/2. Jake, please, wake up. No, you're not. If the series is infinite, this is your infinite formula. Very, very, very simple. Very simple. So we have everything we need. The first term is 3, and the ratio is 1/2.
Does it matter if we put a decimal?
Nope, does not matter one bit. Now, like before, we're going to do our denominator first. Remember how we did that in our last few problems? So this is going to be 3 divided by 1/2. Now, personally, I believe you should be able to do that without a calculator, but you're going to have a calculator, so if you need a calculator to do it, go ahead. Remember, yeah, that's 3 times 2/1, so it's 6. The answer's 6. So if we just kept going with these fractions, adding them up on our calculator, you just keep getting closer and closer to the answer, which is 6. All right, what about the next one? What's going on in B? What's the common ratio in B? What am I multiplying by? I'm multiplying by negative 1/2.
Yeah.
Aren't the numbers getting smaller? Yeah, so I can't be multiplying by 2. I'm multiplying by negative 1/2. Negative, because the signs are changing.
Indeed.
Okay, so my formula is the same. It's going to be the first term divided by 1 minus the ratio. Now, since your ratio is a negative 1/2, this is going to be 4/1 minus a negative 1/2, which is going to be 4/1.5 or 4/3/2, whichever way you're doing it. So that's going to be 4 times 2/3, so that one works out to be 8/3. Now, let me be careful. If the decimal doesn't terminate, you can't round it off. So you're going to have to go back to 8/3 as the answer to that one.
I kept flipping back and forth between decimal and fraction.
Okay, one more. What's the ratio here? What am I multiplying by? I heard somebody say it. No, it's not a square root. I'm not square rooting. I'm multiplying by something.
2/3.
Yeah, it's probably easiest. Look at the last two. How do you get from 8/3 to 16/9? What would you have to multiply by? 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So remember, in a geometric sequence, you're multiplying by the same thing all the time. So it's 2/3 in this case. So S equals 6/1 minus 2/3, which is 6/1/3, which is 6 times 3/1, so the answer is 18. Is that okay with everybody? All right, let's look then at,
Thank you, Ms. Ford.
Hi.
Have a good weekend.
Let's get out your homework. Now, even those of you who have already turned it in, let's look at the, let me find my homework. 9.4 homework. And this is due on Monday, but maybe we can get it all done right now. Alright? And maybe you've already gotten it done, but you probably missed something, so we need to fix it. Alright, so we're on the 9.4 homework. Here we go. 1A, arithmetic or geometric? Arithmetic, and the common difference is?
Plus 8.
8, positive 8, yep. So remember, the directions say, tell me what kind it is, and tell me what the differential ratio is. All right, what about B? What's happening in B? It's what?
Neither.
It's neither. It's neither. Are you adding by the same number? No. Are you multiplying by the same number? No, you can't be, because there's a 0 in there. What happens when you multiply by 0? You would just have all zeros, wouldn't you? So this is not arithmetic or geometric. It's neither. What about C?
Negative 1/4.
We are multiplying by negative 1/4. Some of you might think about it as you're dividing by negative 4. That's the same as multiplying by negative 1/4. So it's geometric, and the ratio is negative 1/4. All right, number 2. We're going to find A sub 18. All right, is it arithmetic or geometric? So you have a formula that will do this for you very easily. Here it is.
You have a number?
Yep, we're finding the 18th term. It says, that's what the directions say. So we'll take the first term. What's our common difference, you said? 4 times 17. And minus 1, 18 minus 1. We just type it in on our calculator and get 71. All right with everybody? Okay. What about the next one? Now I want A sub 8. What's going on here? Multiplying by negative 3, which makes it geometric. And the formula for geometric is this, right? So I want the 8th term, so that's going to be the first term, which is 2/3, times the ratio. What did you tell me we were multiplying by? Negative 3. To the 7th power, n minus 1, and n is 8 in this case. That and that are the same number. So what is that? Not that I don't believe you, but let's just double check. You say negative 1458? You are absolutely correct. All right, everybody okay with that? All right, the next section says that we need to find the limit. All right, let's make sure you're all straight with this, because this is important stuff, these limits. So the first one says we have 3n plus 5 over 2 minus 4n. Now, I got a little tricky on this one, because I don't have things lined up quite right. When you do a limit, you're supposed to look at the highest power you have on the top and the highest power you have on the bottom. This is where you box in your things. Now, what's my highest power I have? N, right? N. So on the top, I have 3, but on the bottom, I have -4. So because I don't have them lined up, my box is kind of sideways. And what's my fraction come out to be? -3/4. So the limit of this is -3/4. This is a different problem. We talked about this. This is not the same kind of problem as that. They're not built the same way. They're different. What do I have to remember when I'm raising a number to a power? What? Exactly. I look at the number. In this case, it's 3/4. Is 3/4 bigger than 1 or less than 1? Less than 1. And if the number is less than 1, then 0. The limit is 0. If the number is less than 1, the limit is going to be 0. If this had been 4/3, then it would be the limit or divergent. Okay, and then the last one. We need to look at the highest power. What's the highest power we have in the problem? N squared. N squared. So on top, I have 2n squared. On the bottom, there aren't any n squareds. So I'm going to go ahead and put 0 of them down there so that I can draw my box. So what do my numbers come out to be? 2/0, which you can't have, 2/0, so what does that mean? No limit. So you either write no limit, or you write the math word, which is divergent. Doesn't matter to me which you write, but one or the other. Okay? Now I'm going to write myself a note, 'cause last time I forgot. I did this one time with another period, and I said, okay, don't worry about turning it in, I'll just give you all credit. And then I didn't, and I put in all zeros, and they all went out.
Oh, they exploded.
Yeah, they exploded. So let's see, Nina's not here, so she'll have to turn it in. And Lily will have to turn it in, and Paige will have to turn it in. Everybody else, you get credit for that one. All right, let's look at the next one. 9.5. We can actually do, I think, all of it but the very last problem. So let's go ahead and get started on 9.5 homework. This will be due on Thursday, next Thursday, because we'll finish it on Tuesday, okay? So here we go. 9.5. Find the sum, and it says show formula work. So what I don't want you doing is just adding up all those numbers on your calculator. You're going to show that you know how to do it. So, is it arithmetic or geometric? This is 9.5 homework number 1A. Arithmetic. Since it's arithmetic, I will use my arithmetic formula for summing, which is this one. These are in your notes, and hopefully you labeled them arithmetic sum.
-14.
He's already got it done. How many are there? Count them. 7 of them. So n is 7. Remember, n is how many there are. The first one is -11, and the last one is 7. So we have 7 halves times -4. Did you say -14?
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. David? Over there by Jesus. All right, I think we have time for one more. So let's get B done. B is, we're adding it up. How many are we adding? 7? Or maybe their time is more. Yeah, maybe my out time is off. So there's 7 of them again. Now, B is geometric. Would you agree? So the formula I'm going to use is my geometric formula. What is my ratio in B? What am I multiplying by to get from term to term?
0.5, yes, no, just 5.
Just 5. 0.01 times 5 is 0.05. Times 5 is 0.25, and so on and so on. So my ratio is 5. So here we go. The sum of 7 will be 0.01 minus 0.01 times 5 to the 7th over 1 minus 5. So we're going to make this a -4, right? And now we're going to type it in on our calculator and see what happens. That's what I got, 195.31. Those are the hardest to type in, so please make sure you can get that typed in. Got it by yourself? Good. All right, what about C? What's happening in C? How am I getting from term to term?
Dividing by half or multiplying by half.
I gotta be multiplying or adding, so what am I doing?
Multiplying by half.
Multiplying by a half?
Yeah.
5 times a half is 5 halves, times a half is 5 fourths. Yeah, I'm multiplying by a half. So it's geometric, and I'm multiplying by a half. How many are there?
4.
Infinite.
Infinite.
It goes dot, 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 and there's nothing to stop it. There's no number at the end. It just says dot, dot, dot. So my infinite formula is this. That's my infinite geometric sum formula. The first term is 5, and the ratio is a half. So that's 5 over a half,
Was that 10?
which is 5 times 2 over 1, which is 10. That's exactly right. The sum is 10. All right, one more that we can do. Number 2. Find S sub 100 of this thing. Okay, I need to know whether it's arithmetic or geometric. Number 2 is arithmetic with a difference of 2.
Yes.
So the sum of 100, my formula for arithmetic sum, oops, not 2, says 100 over 2 times the first one, which is -7. Oh no,
Gotta find it.
I gotta find it, don't I? The last term goes here. This is the last term. A sub 100 goes there. So what do I do if I don't have what I
You have to
need?
use the other
I go to my
formula.
other formula. Very good.
4,800.
So A sub 100 will equal first term, which is -7, plus the difference, which is 2 times 99, 100 minus 1. So I can figure out what that is. 191. 191 is not the answer, the final answer though. 191 is the number that goes right here. That's the number that I was missing. So now I can do it,
50 times 183.
probably. You haven't missed yet today, I don't think there. Oh, no, what did you get?
I haven't got an answer.
I got 9,200.
That's what
I didn't say an answer.
Now, what I think should
Say an
happen
answer, you weirdo.
on Tuesday is, as soon as we get through the last part of that lesson, you're gonna do that last problem and send in the homework, okay? Because that one is almost done.
I was talking about the parentheses.
God, dude, how do we have one more class? I have resources.